responded after going down what amounted to 20-3. I thought they kept their composure. Our defensive intensity was a constant after that stretch, and we finally made some offensive plays. It was I thought, a very entertaining college basketball game where both teams got up and down and played. And our team showed some wherewithal to come away with a victory in a game that really could have went either way. I made some big plays down the stretch, knocked down free throws again, and it was nice to see the UMass team make some big-time plays to come away with a victory. So I'm proud of the team. I still think we got a long way to go as far as where we can get to, but they're playing at a pretty good pace, and they seem to have a will to win, which is the best thing you can ask your team to have when you're coaching them.
Was there one single thing that you were most pleased with that you guys did in the game? Defense?
I thought our defense was fantastic. They did a fantastic job on Galloway and Carl Jones. Actually to see Jesse and Freddie really lock in and play either way they can and did was nice. And Freddie, things hadn't gone really well for him the last couple games offensively, but to see him play 24 minutes and help us get a win, and to have Javon play on he didn't go through shoot around this morning, to see him come in and help us. It shows that the kids they have some character and are becoming more mature, I guess I could say.
What went into deciding? How did you decide to play Javon? Was that ever in question?
Yeah, it was in question all the way until I met with him in the locker room with about 60 minutes on the clock. And I asked him, how do you feel? He said, I'd like to try to play. So I said, okay, if he goes through warm-ups and it looks like he can play, he'll play. If he can't, then we're going to sit him. And Dave came in, team trainer, and said it looks like he's good enough to play. So I thought he helped us too. When we were down early, he came up with two or three loose balls and dove for the ball and kind of got the team excited and the crowd into it a little bit.
Is Freddie's defensive improvement more just a question of buying in and commitment, or is he learning fundamentally how to play better?
It's a combination. I think it's one of the things where he wants to do right, he wants to help the team, and sometimes the kids just don't know. They don't know what a bad shot is at times, they don't know different things in the game of basketball, and now hopefully by his junior year he's bought in to play defense, and more importantly knows how to play defense. But really, defense is effort. It's like getting through screens, it's playing tough, and I think he's becoming tougher and showing a little bit more maturity.
You guys got a bunch of steals, you forced a lot of turnovers, but it seemed like even when St. Joe's was able to hold on to the ball and get a shot, it seemed like every time up the court was an adventure for those guys as the game wore on. Talk a little bit about the defensive intensity, even if it doesn't produce immediate results of a turnover or steal. Whatever.
Well, as somebody who played, it's a tough game when every time you look, somebody's there. Even if they're not all over you, pressuring you, if somebody's just in your way for 40 minutes, that's tough to deal with. And I thought we did a great job, except for some early baskets and also some ill-advised shots that led to them. When we scored or when they got in the half court, we were either close to somebody in the press, or we did a nice job in the half court of really getting pressure, but also just staying with people. And I thought for 40 minutes that can wear on you a little bit, and it actually paid some dividends in the second half tonight.
How big was the play right after Ken Savage had tipped it in to bring it back to two, that Chaz found Sean underneath for the dunk?
That was huge. There's so many plays going through my head. I'm kind of trying to put them together, but that play, I thought that was a game-winning play. That was a winning basketball play, and that's one that, as much as coaching goes on, the team made that play. The kids made that play. I thought Chaz showed a tendency to really play with competitive fire tonight, especially in the second half. His will to kind of try to win the game was outstanding tonight.
It looked like Vince, and he had the play where he had the drive in the mini hook right around that time too. It seems like he's looking for the ball in big spots.
Yeah, and I'm giving it to him a little bit in those kind of crunch time minutes, because he's very good in the mid post, catching the kind of mid post area, squaring up. And I thought he did a nice job of giving us a couple baskets today in that mid post area, the low block and that left block. So it was good. It was balanced. It was spread around. We had three guys in double figures with a fourth at 8 points. So I thought that was good to see.
34 minutes for Putney. Is his ability to take on that type of workload kind of a credit to the weight room? You mentioned the weight room and how he's worked to become.
Yeah, he's the conditioning, working with Big Rich, our strength coach, getting in there for extra work in practice. I think 34 minutes is probably too many for him, but with circumstance as they are, that's probably what he's going to have to pay. He missed a couple rebounds that I think if he's fresh, he goes above the rim and gets in the second half there. The tip-in play comes to mind. But he's given us everything he has right now. My expectation level for him is through the roof, though. I mean, I think the kid could be so good as soon as he can play 34 minutes at the level he's capable.
But Javon, was it a question, once you decided to play him, was your mind still thinking play him but not as much as usual?
No, absolutely not. My mind was, if you're playing, you're playing. If you're not, you're not. There's no like middle ground, unless it's something that's serious, like really serious. And it was like a inner sprained ankle, you know, kind of deep, whatever.
Derek, do you like the way your guys handled you guys got down against LaSalle by a big margin early, and it took them a while to sort of get poised again. Do you like the way your guys handled? All right, you had the rough start to the game, but to pull out of that and to start making the comeback.
Absolutely. And you know, I still had a good feel in this game. LaSalle, I didn't have a great feel for kind of the way the game was going. It seemed like they were controlling tempo and pace. Tonight, I thought we brought energy. I thought they were ready to play. We made I think we missed 2 wide open threes, got 2 shots blocked around the rim, all within that 20-3 run, and then we got a little rattled. So I was a little quicker with timeouts too. I think I called 2 in the first, you know, it felt like a minute and a half. So, thank you.
Terrell, you've talked a lot about, or times about games that this team didn't win in the past couple of years, that you're able to win this year. Safe to say this is one of those games.
Yeah, this was definitely one of them games. We battled back in the first half, and once we got up on them, we kept it on.
Did you guys against LaSalle had gotten down and came back? Were you comfortable when not comfortable, but down 17 early? Did you guys feel like you were very comfortable that you could get back into this game despite the slow start?
Definitely. We just can't get comfortable with starting slow.
What was said at that point? What did you guys say to each other to get it going again?
This is a whole lot of basketball left. That much time, you know, we was probably down 17 with probably like, 14 minutes left, probably lower, 11 minutes, and you know, it's just a lot of basketball at that time. You know, still the first half, still early. As long as we play our basketball, UMass basketball, you know, and nothing really can stop us.
The game has been pretty nip and tuck for a lot of the second half. When you got the ball to Sean for that dunk, were you surprised to see him? Were you looking for him, or were you surprised to see him that open? And how big was that play when it happened?
It's actually funny because these two was just talking about that situation right here, and
yeah, they ran at me because I was a shooter.
yeah. So he's saying they ran to him because he was a shooter, and Sean was open. But you know, it's just playing basketball and taking what's open. You know, whatever was open at that time, that's what I would have went with. And Sean was open under the basket for easy one.
Did it feel like that play kind of demoralized them a little bit because the game had been so close, and for you guys to get not only an easy basket, but it was a pretty significant dunk that got the crowd going at that point too. It seemed like it was momentum-wise, that was a pretty key play in the game.
Yeah, I'll definitely say, we've been in places where like we're battling back, and the team gets a wide open dunk on you. It's like it's demoralizing that they're playing hard for so long in the game. And I felt like even when we started the game out, we really did a lot to ourselves. Turn the ball over, miss wide open layups, 2 missed wide open threes. This plays that we got to put down. The plays they were putting down, we weren't. That's the only thing. That's why we don't even panic. There was like no type of panic with us because we know like we got to do our part to help us be in the right position for each game.
It seemed like defensively you guys got them pretty deep into the shot clock a lot of times. Does that almost fuel your energy when you can make a team get to that desperation point?
Yeah, because the first thing they got to worry about is trying to get the ball across half court with that pressure, and then we're pushing up on them more in the half court set. Which coach he's been stressing to us about getting up on your man, but not getting blown by. I think our half court defense probably was the best one today. Because once we got up in their guards, it was hard for them to run their sets. They were trying to run it through the big men, which, they weren't as capable as the guards to make a play off the balance.
Do you get work study money from mopping the floor?
Nah, I didn't want nobody to get hurt, and the little kids weren't really sure what they were doing.
How important, you guys have lost a couple of guys to injuries, and Javon, I guess, was hardly up to 100%. How important was it to get 16 minutes out of him and stretch the bench out a little bit?
That was huge. Javon been battling that ankle for a couple of days now, and yesterday he didn't even, really much participate. And it was kind of questionable coming in today, but Javon showed a lot of heart and toughness. Going out there playing on that bad will like that and giving us good minutes the way he did.
It's always tough, you guys, in this league for anybody to win on the road, and that's what you guys are going to have to do moving forward. Do you feel like the Freeman line, it's a good time maybe to go out and take that test now?
Most definitely. We just got to recuperate and get ready to battle on the road. We done played a few games on the road. We lost them. Now it's time to try to get a couple of wins.
Good job, guys.